Nation, Salman and Bafetu, and welcome back to Transit Me, OQP. On today's video, guys, I don't have a lot of updates. I do have one player, actually, who has just spoken about the Kaizer, but at the end of the day, it's not more about, the updates, but it's more about my own opinions when it comes to, some of those players. But so far, we've talked about MONAPULE Saleng earlier on. Now, if you look at this video, guys, we're going to be talking mostly about, the winners, because even though Kaizer have made signings, I'm happy they're doing what they're doing. We do have to give them credit, Bafetu, for the little that they're trying to do, because at the end of the day, it is better than not doing anything, because now with the strategy that they've used to make sure that they go overseas and sign South African based players, I think that is something that is working very well for us. But also, we do have a problem when you look at our wings. So far we've made signings, but I feel like we still do need a goalkeeper. We do need I don't know why Untwari we gave him a long contract, unless maybe they saw something different, because Kumbuli, he does have PSL experience, not a lot, but he does have PSL experience. The only problem is Uti. So far with us, he has not yet managed, to give us something, and we've been here defending him for the longest time ever, hoping with Mfana Narajani he will get back and get his things very right. But at the end of the day, I feel like he's busy disappointing, but maybe they still do believe in him, which there's something definitely that is going to bring to us. So as I've said, we still need a goalkeeper. I feel like we still need, in terms of a right back, yes, we have Umunyane, but Solomon's, there might be a problem with the Solomons. Between those two players, one of them might be heading out. I'm not sure what is going to happen, but one of those two players, one of them, Solomons or Frosler, one of them might not play the entire season. But anyways, it's fine, we are not there. So Tabi Somonyane, and then we also have Frosler and Dylan Solomons. Now we definitely need one right back, because if you look at the left back, we have Ukabelo Nkwasa, we have Ukanyiso Shinga, we have Paseka Marco, we have Bradley Cross. So definitely can say we are covered. Yes, I would have loved to have two players which are similar, and also another player who can still play that left back position, even though I do not feel like we need to play him there, is Umfana or Happy Mashiane. With Bonganisem, Hangas Bafetu, what is going to happen. So far, we're still waiting to see what the club is going to decide at the end of the season. Not at the end of the season, before the season begins. What have they decided in terms of him? Because we've heard was saying no, Kaizer just decided we need to terminate his contract. But on the other hand, Lance David says he's part of the team that is going to Netherlands, which I don't know, guys, which side I should take. But at the end of the day, we are going to have the latest updates. And then looking at those players, it's just wingers. Nothing has been confirmed. If you hear someone out there saying, hey, a player like this and this and this was linked to Kaizer, say, definitely you would know for yourself which those are lies. So you look at the left back, I think we are good, we are covered. Yes, center back, maybe we can sign one center back, because we do have Rashwin Dodley, we have given him Simango, and we also have Zita Kwinika. So far he's been given a contract extension. We have Inaso Miguel. So it's 4 center backs. Maybe they can add just one just for backup, but a quality one. We've heard they wanted Ime Okon, but at the end of the day, Ime Okon joined the German side, a team called Hanover, which we've spoken about here on this channel. And then also moving on, guys, you look at the middle of the park, not the middle necessarily, but you look at the defensive midfield part. You look at we have Ox Mtizo, we have Ox Mtetra. I don't know why I'm turning with Mtizo. We have Ox Mtetra, we have who's this guy, Tabo, and then who else is playing that position so far? Also, we've given the reins to the young Kosan Pilo, but we do know that it's not his strongest suit, because defense aksindo zakhe, but offensively, yes, Mfana, he can keep the ball. I'm happy with that. So we have Tabocele, we have Ox, and then also we can say but most of the time we use Yusuf Mat. That is the player that is mostly used on that defensive midfield part. But definitely, you can say maybe we do need another signing for that position, because we've heard Kaizer just trying to talk with some of the players position, which is the defensive midfield. But anyways, the deals have not yet been confirmed. And then we look at the forwards, the attacking midfield. I'm happy they've decided to add another player, so definitely there will be good competition there, and also there will be easy load, because we can't rely on just two players. At the end of the day, one player does get suspended, another one does get injured. So if we have a backup, then definitely that is something that I would love to go for. And then we look at the wings. That's where the problem is currently, and also the center forwards, because center forwards, yes, we have Ashley Dupreez who can play it out. We have Wandile Duba. I'm happy about him, quality striker. We have this new guy that we have just signed, Flavo Silva. And then also, last but not least, who else can play that position, because Tashrik Morris. Sorry, I almost forgot. We also have Tashrik Morris. Now with the Tashrik, hey, I'm not expecting much from Tashrik Morris. Madala Segas Gugele, but so far he do have good press. So ongashuti, he is a defending striker. Masasbon with time manje kushubile. System defender manje, we can bring him in. If we are Kora, that's a bonus. But if you look at a player like Wandile Duba, great quality, good on the ball. Umfana is great even on the press. I'm happy with his pressing. Definitely he does do wonders. So the only thing he needs to polish is the finishing sometimes, because sometimes on the spirit, sometimes it doesn't have that spirit. And then also we jump too. We look at the wings. We have Pule Modi, we have Utebo Potsane. Did he leave Potsane Bafet? I'm not too sure, I forgot, but I think we do have Utebo Potsane. And then also we have Fundo Vilarazi, which so far we can say those are our wingers. We have also Makabi Lilepo, which I would write in as a winger. Umchita is a right winger. And then you look at our side, there's also the left wing, which so far I'm happy with the Pulemode, but the only thing that we're not happy about is the finishing. Yeah, okay. So maybe if we brought in some good competition, because you look at most of the squad, you look at most of the players, most of them, they started to improve. There's a good competition, there's a balance. But okay, if I do not do my job very well, there's someone who's gonna get in and do it for me, and mina. But that is something that I think when you look at those players, you have your MONAPULE Saleng, which they haven't responded me, guys, and I'm waiting for information just like you. But so far, maybe he will be playing with Orlando Pirates, because now there's a new coach and everything. Because we've heard a lot of stories, but historical is on weakness of Afetu because so far I haven't heard anything that is coming from my trusted sources to say, yeah, definitely this is what is happening. So MONAPULE Saleng is a left winger, by the way, guys. He is a right winger. Yes, he's a versatile player, but he is a left winger who can play both sides, both left and right winger, definitely. But other than that, I think he's a great signing. Definitely, if we were to sign him as Kaizer Chiefs, I think that would make the job of Pule Modi very difficult, because you can see Pule Modi is trying his best. Is the finishing. So if Kaizer just were to bring in Saleng or another player just like Saleng, definitely it will help Pule Modi to be able to do his job much better. So my chances he will no longer miss. He will always be there on target. To Zobona now would know there's a different thing about Saleng, because you've seen with Abo giving him Semango, you've seen Abo Bruce Vuma. Now that Kaizer Chiefs have signed new players, they're trying their best to make sure they fill that position the correct way that they possibly can. So we do need to make sure that we add at least 1 or 2 wingers and also a center forward. Unfortunately, kuzobanzima to sign players overseas because we had a deal of Mihlali Mayambela, which I don't know what happened. Maybe it fell apart or something because no more information was given. Did I report on it? I think I did report on it, but so far, I think Kaizer just made a mistake there. And then we look at a player like Okesha Smailula. Now, Okesha Smailula, for me, as a center forward, there's also something that he said a few minutes ago. Yeah, well, for me, guys, I'm sorry. I think we do not need him because at the end of the day, he's a player who definitely doesn't want us. So why should we want him? If you look at what he said, Mambuza nje lapayana, Snawa, which he was being interviewed. They asked him, would you join Kaizer Chiefs? He said, no, I love Sundowns. I love Sundowns. Sundowns are home. The president and the chairman know that. That is my first love. I would give Sundowns first preference. Okesha Smailula. For me, guys, in Club World Cup, I was not very impressed. I think, yeah, we do not need him, to be honest. Even if he can sign with any team of his choice, I wouldn't have a problem because at the end of the day, I feel like he's not going to be giving us anything or a lot. But there is another player who Thembinkosi Lorch, which was loaned out by Mamelodi Sundowns. Now Sundowns, with also other teams in South Africa, mostly PSL teams, they definitely do not want to see the African giant being awoken. But I will talk about it, guys. There's a Thembinkosi Lorch. Lorch for me is an exceptional player. Last we talked about him. Guys, I wouldn't mind to have him come join Kaizer Chiefs. Now, if you look at the player like Lorch, it's not a player who's there to give us a lot. Just like we signed to Sereno, he was not a player who was there to give us a lot, but he was a player to make sure we to revive our competition so that our young boys, Mduduzi Shabalala, George Matlo, the likes of other players who we've had playing that position of the attacking midfield. When you sign in another player who looks like his quality and it looks dangerous, it does motivate the players to be able to do their job a bit better. Because if you do not have that competition, but relaxer too much, but they need that competition. And also I think we need to have a squad as Sohlala, for the longest time, Boma 2-3 seasons, having this is the squad that we do have, and this is what the team we are using to make sure that we fight our battles. So Lorch Bafetu Nailoni has come to an end, which I would have loved to see him come to Kaizer Chiefs. No, he's a bit old, he's not going to give us much. But at the end of the day, you look at a player like Lorch Bafetu, to be honest with you, Omjita can give you a lot. To be honest with you, he can give you a lot. Well, I'm not expecting much. For me, it's just about the competition and also helping the players who are there currently to make sure with Bapi Kappa, Amasok Swapo. But other than that, he's a fighter. He's a great player. Obviously, he's a bit older. Some of you might still say he will be slow, but depending what if you look at our midfield, you can see we do have good quality midfield. We have Mduduzi Shabalala, we have Augustin Sereno, we have Ethan Chislett. So far I haven't seen him how he plays, but you can see definitely we do have a good quality middle field when we go in terms of attacking mode. So but at the end of the day, I would love to have either one, MONAPULE SALENG or Thembinkosi Lorch. I just wish Kaizer Chiefs, between me and you, they can just announce one of those players. But anyways, we do know Sundowns, they won't allow Lorch to go to Kaizer Chiefs. That's one thing I do know, unless by miracle he pay the contract here and then Simtole is a free agent. But other than that, I don't know, guys. Well, you can let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later on with something new. Peace. Oh, and before I forget, guys, we did get to spot Paseka Marco and Thabiso Monyane on on today's live, not live, the video that they posted. Go YouTube, and you can just go search Kaizer Chiefs football trends. Kaizer Chiefs Football Club, and then you will see the video, and that's where you will get to spot Utabiso Monyan and also Paseka Marco. They're doing a pretty good job to make sure they hide the faces of the other players, but we do have what we have, guys. Please, this is it.